What is going on, friends, and welcome back to the Minecraft Hub channel. So today we have another video of the top 5 best farms, and today we're going to be looking at iron farms. So there's a ton of different iron farm designs out there. All of them will produce you iron. Some of them are cheaper though, some of them are more efficient, so we're going to be going over those today. So the first one we have is by Mysticat, and this is not a super efficient iron farm. It only produces about 400 to 500 an hour, but it is still very effective and it's very easy to build. The only issues I have with it is it takes a lot of villagers, and villagers are kind of annoying to deal with, and so that's kind of an issue with this farm, but it does work and it will produce you iron, and it is pretty easy to build as long as you're able to just get the villagers and zombie up there. That's really the hardest part. He gives a super detailed description of how to build this though, and does a couple different collection systems, with even a rose collection system to get rid of those and turn them into bone meal, and he even does 2 different types of killing chambers, so you really have a lot of options with this build, which is why I like to include it in this list for you today. If you have a good villager breeder and can get 20 villagers for this build, it's definitely a great design to go with, and will produce you a pretty solid amount of iron. Not as much as some of our later builds, but it'll get you there. The next design we have for you guys today is by Voltrox, and Voltrox does a great job of making very nice looking videos and providing all the materials that you're going to need for these builds. Definitely a great video to check out if you want to build this one. It is a very effective build, and by his calculations produce about 4,000 an hour. So it's definitely a great build to go with and is highly efficient. It is a very different design than anything I've ever seen before. I've never seen somebody use nether portals with the iron farms. So I really like this design, and it's stackable, which makes it great to use. He does a very good description of how to build the farm, how to get the zombies and villagers to their places, so it's definitely a great design to go with if you're looking for a video to follow along with. By putting the killing chamber in the nether, he reduces the amount of iron golems that's in the overworld, which allows more to spawn basically, and that's actually a really efficient design, and it shows because of how efficient this design is. I also have never seen a stackable iron farm, which makes me really like this design, and I actually want to test this one out in one of my worlds sometime soon. For how efficient this design is, it is very simple, so I would definitely recommend doing this if you're looking for the highest efficiency farm. As you can see here, he builds 4 layers of it. Luckily for him, he just had to copy and paste, but for us, we'll have to build it ourselves in survival Minecraft. But 17.5 stacks in 15 minutes, which works out to about 4,500 an hour. Next up, we have Logical Geek Boy, very popular YouTuber who creates a very simple design. This is nowhere near as efficient as the Voltrox design that we just saw, but it is extremely simple and easy to build. You don't have to deal with nether portals, you don't have to deal with drops to killing chambers. The killing chamber and everything is right above these villagers, and that's where they will spawn as well. So this is a great design if you're looking for something extremely simple and don't need a lot of iron. This one also produces about 500 iron an hour, so it is a good design for a single player world where you don't need that much iron. Something interesting about this build as well is it has an on and off switch where you can just put the glass down on the zombie, and that will make the villagers not be able to actually see the zombie, which will stop spawning iron golems. This is very interesting, and I actually like that, so if you're in a multiplayer world and you're trying to reduce lag, you can also turn it off, and that will help as well. If you do build this design though, I would highly recommend making sure that you check that it is on every time you go to AFK. Otherwise, you're going to spend 2 hours just leaving your computer on Minecraft, and you're going to come back to no iron. To me, iron farms are kind of a rough build just because I don't like dealing with villagers, but because of the simplicity of this design, it would definitely be worth it to build in my own single player world. Next up, we have another very simple design, and this one is extremely compact, and it is from Waddles. Waddles is a very popular Minecraft YouTuber, and he does some designs of his own, which is very interesting. This one is the most compact iron farm I have ever seen, and he doesn't give a specific number of drops per hour, but I would probably estimate it around 400 to 500 like some of the other less efficient designs we've seen. But due to its lack of efficiency, it is extremely easy and cheap to build. Obviously, you do not have to build with gold blocks and netherite blocks, you can build with whatever you have. As a side note, these are all designs for the current update 1.165, and they're all for Java Minecraft. So some of these designs probably won't work in Bedrock. I'm not really too sure of the spawn mechanics in Bedrock though, so you can try them out or you can look it up and see if they actually work there. This design is very simple though. It is a killing chamber with water right above the villager breeder, and it makes it super simple. The villagers are surrounding a zombie in the center, and they'll get scared by him and spawn an iron golem every once in a while. The rates are a little bit reduced because of how close the iron golems are to the actual villagers, and so since they're not going far enough away, it's going to take longer for a new one to spawn. However, again, if you're in a single player world and don't need a lot of iron, this is a great design for you. You can build this right near your base. It's very easy to hide due to how compact it is, and you'll never have to worry about gathering iron again. The next design we have is originally by Nimbon, who was actually the designer of our most efficient mob farm in the last video, but he doesn't have a full block by block tutorial of it on his channel, so I outsourced to another builder named Gecko, who you can find in the links down in the description below, and he gives a block by block tutorial of how to build this. You may also recognize this as the iron farm that Mumbo Jumbo built in the Hermitcraft 7 season, and it is the exact same design. There are a few slight changes after the Nether update, which Gecko has put into his video as well, and this is a farm that me and a friend have also built on our multiplayer server, and it is highly efficient. According to the rates on here, it only produces about 1700 an hour, but honestly I would probably estimate it higher, and you will definitely never need to worry about iron again. It produces stacks and stacks of iron blocks. It is a great design. I've also included a clip of Nimbon's video at the very end of this video, and his video is just explaining all the efficiency rates and things like that, and it's a great video if you're trying to learn about iron golem spawn mechanics. The link for that video will also be down in the description below, so be sure to check that out if you're interested at all in learning about the iron golem spawn mechanics. Having helped build this farm, it is pretty simple to build. Your biggest problem is going to be getting the villagers and zombies into their places, but as long as you use minecarts and do it right, it's not that hard. And he'll give a description of how to do that at the end of his video if you go and check out Gecko's. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We have a lot of different Minecraft content, including mob farms, build tutorials, Hermitcraft videos, mods, everything Minecraft, so be sure to check us out, and we'll see you next time.